This season has taken a nosedive. Honestly, like I'm at the point where I might have to rank it lower than season 1. And if you know me, that's saying a lot. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me. I'm in a place that's really echoey, and I noticed that sound in the last episode. Listen, guys, I'm not at home, okay? We're just gonna have to deal with it. Actually, hold on, let me plug in my mic. Okay, I'm gonna see if this is better, and if it is, this is what we're gonna do going forward, okay? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island USA Season 4, Episode 27. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Last episode left us with the beginning of Sydney and Isaiah's conversation, which we have witnessed them have about 35 times now.
I was comparing a lot of good things that you had to her that she didn't, and vice versa.
And I didn't talk bad about you, but clearly you did.
Sydney, I don't lie to you when I tell you that
I know you don't.
I did not expect a girl to be making me feel this way like I have in 3 years.
My friend and I, we talk about this couple, and we always have to remind ourselves they're 21, 22. And the people who we were at 21, 22 are not the people who we are in our late 20s. I can't even believe I'm in my late 20s now. Good God. Wow. But you change so much over the years, and the things that you think are like the end all and be all in your early 20s seem so minuscule in your late 20s, right? So when Isaiah says things like, oh, I've never felt this way before, and Sydney's like, this is the strongest connection I ever have, I believe it, because when else would you have had these feelings? In grade 7? Yeah, that's what I thought. I do believe that they feel very strongly for each other, but does that mean this will be a healthy relationship? Not necessarily. Also, just taking a little sidebar, there's going to be a couple of those this episode. A lot of people were not feeling the way that production handled the Twitter challenge thing. Like I've said before in other Love Island seasons, it's very hard to tiptoe the line between ethics and drama. If you all want the drama, some ethical things are going to have to be compromised. If y'all want it to be purely ethical, it's not going to be a dramatic season, right? That's number one. But number two, I personally believe that I would rather she hear these things inside the villa in a controlled environment where she can have time to process and know what she would potentially handle on the outside, rather than going out ignorant and then being bombarded by social media, your family, your friends, on things that you had no idea were happening behind your back, and having to watch the show, having to be re-traumatized. You know what I mean? I would rather know what people are feeling about me, or what my person is feeling about me as I'm in it. Because God forbid I now commit to you and you've been embarrassing me this entire time. Hell no. Zeta and Timmy talk about the drama that's been going on, and basically they just conclude the fact that they are young and they're just gonna have to figure it out.
Zay's just very young, and he's not figured out the power of words and how slowing down to really think about how you say things can make a huge difference.
This is going to be a very hard decision for Sydney, because that's one of the toughest things for a girl to hear that their partner said.
If Sydney was my friend, y'all might think I'm a bad friend, but if Sydney was my friend, it would only be one of two things. Either I'm going to have to tell you the hard truth and be like, baby girl, is this the reality that you want to be a part of? Because if it is, I don't want to hear the sob story anymore. You've accepted this as what you want to be a part of. Therefore, just eat it, right? Or I'd have to just remove myself. Because I'm not going to sit here and watch my friend deteriorate in front of my eyes and just sit idly and let it happen. That could not be me. Truly, it could not be me. So when they're saying things like, oh, they just got to figure it out, they got to figure it out. Can somebody really have the hard conversation with Sydney and be like, Sydney, you are not this girl. You do not deserve to constantly be in tears. And that's not to say that Isaiah is a bad person. It's just in this season of your life, you guys are not compatible right now. And maybe you need time apart to grow, develop, learn more things about yourself, and come back together being a stronger couple. Because potentially what they're going through right now could lead them to having a lot more trouble internally in their relationship than just being separate and figuring themselves out on their own. That's just how I believe things would go. But hey, who am I? Deb is another one who, if I was her friend, I would snatch her up. But the only reason why I'm a little bit more lax with her is because I don't even think these two want a real relationship. They just like each other and that's it.
Oh yeah, you're not emotionally or physically attracted to me.
Do you feel like that is true in any sense?
No.
Thanks.
I do still think I have this like wall up that's protecting me because these tweets are our way of seeing what people are seeing. Like, there obviously is some truth to the tweets.
I think that Deb and Jesse truly enjoy each other's company, which is good. I think that their energies do match each other, which is good. I think that if Deb is looking for something more serious, at this point in Jesse's life, she's not going to get that. Or Jesse's going to need some kind of epiphany that he hasn't had yet to really make him kick it into high gear and show Deb that he is that person who can take her seriously, who can provide her a real long-lasting, healthy relationship. Because right now, for the both of them, I'm not seeing it. Now, Phoebe and Chad threw me for a curveball. I can't even lie to you. They had a serious conversation that had some substance. I mean, the position that they were having the conversation in kind of threw me off, but the conversation was a good one.
I think I could even infiltrate
can't infiltrate
you.
me.
I think I could.
Well, maybe you should be a lawyer. You say you want to go into management
Consulting.
consulting? I guess that's good. It's just like kind of the same thing. I want to shoot for like Harvard, Stanford, Columbia,
What's your GPA like?
Chicago.
That's good as
4.0.
fuck.
He's like my bro, but then at the same time we have like this like sexual tension between the two of us, which is really good.
At the end of the day, this better be the end of your day, Phoebe. Like, stick to this person and this person only. The hopping around, we're tired of it. The vote is coming up. You're probably going to be on the bottom. And if you're not on the bottom and you do end up staying, stick only with Chad because you'll find yourself at the bottom again. So in bed, Isaiah's talking to Sydney and he's basically saying, the ex that I had before, people before my ex, they don't measure up to you or the feelings that I have for you. Again, I believe him when he says this. I just think you were also really young. What other opportunities would you have had to really experience this true, deep, long-lasting, unwavering love? You know what I mean? So the next morning he's talking to, who was he talking to? I don't know, somebody. And basically he's saying, you know, his effort should show that his feelings are true.
I pretty much just manned up and just took accountability for all this shit.
Yeah.
My old self would very, very easily just throw shit away. But I don't know, Sydney just hits different for me.
Listen, I'm gonna be doing the best I can to support her, and I'm hoping we can work through this.
Right.
For me, this is me, my personal opinion that you don't have to agree with. Words are cheap. Talk is cheap. These actions that he's talking about, I would need to see them before I commit to this situation. I'm glad that he acknowledges that he's gonna have to step up and put in an effort and not just keep saying things. Have some fruits. Have something tangible for me to be like, okay, he means what he says. So I'm glad that he's having this revelation. Sydney, however, is pissing me off because she basically admits that the only reason why she keeps forgiving this man is because he gets emotional and she likes when people beg for her.
Yeah, he got really emotional.
Did he?
Started crying. I really want my partner to fight and beg almost, and he did that. How many times do I have to tell him I'm not gonna tolerate this?
Yeah. Like I've been through so much shit already.
Yeah. But babe,
Like we can't catch a break.
I know that you have insecurities, but deep down, Sydney, you know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
And I know you know it.
Let me tell you who are the best criers. Manipulative F-boys. That is not me saying that that is who Isaiah is, but I would not take much merit in somebody crying over me. That's a manipulative tactic. It can be. It isn't always, but it can be. When my back is against the wall, oh, let me get emotional. Let me show her that I really want to be here and that I'm really sorry and remorseful. Conveniently when it seems like they're about to leave me so that they don't leave me. And I'm looking at Sydney and I'm just like, girl, don't be swayed by the tears. Bare men in this world know how to cry to get what they want. And it's not always just the tears, but they know how to make it seem like, oh, the world would end if you were to leave them. I wouldn't take much stock into that, but she's going to do what she's going to do. Here's another sidebar, okay? As human beings, we act a certain way in environments based on the behaviors of those around us, right? And I feel like At this point, Isaiah has learned Sydney enough to know that if I do something that's maybe not that stellar, or if I say something that's going to piss her off, or if I explore another connection, all I have to do is show up to her with my tail between my legs, and she's going to take me back. That's been the history between them, and it has worked every single time. And I'm not saying this is what Isaiah is specifically thinking. Some people don't think this deep when they do stuff. But if he has already seen that he doesn't have to be a stellar human being in order to win the woman back, why then would he be a stellar human being? If I don't have to be on my best behavior and I just come and apologize and cry and you'll just take me back every time, I'm just going to keep doing that because you've taught me that that's okay. Anyways, we're moving off of them. Jeff and Nadja talk about life post the villa.
I've been trying to teach Jeff Spanish, but he's really not the best student.
Love the thought of you. I love the touch of you. Committed. Like, you know how, like, sign a day commit?
Yeah.
I'm committed, baby. I can see myself down the line with her, like, marrying her, having kids with her and everything, and I know she'll be a great mom.
I, too, am committed to not rooting for this relationship. I'm sorry, you guys. I love me some Jeff. But nah, Nadja had me for a good 24 hours, and then seeing the way she was crying over Isaiah, I said that was about it. And then even her whole situation with Nick, oh hell no. This is not Love is Blind, but we're gonna bring it in for a moment. I'll be damned if I witness my person or even hear about it. I don't even have to see it. Crying over somebody else, like boo-hoo, crying over somebody else whilst I was in the picture. Oh, I'm not sticking around for that. I'm not sticking around for that. Because look at Jared and Ayana, look how that ended. Ended in divorce. This man wants to marry a woman who was crying about another man just a few weeks ago, when he was also a candidate in the situation. And to this point, I've yet to see what are the characteristics in Nadja that make you say, I want to marry her. This is not to say she doesn't have them, but what are they? I'd like to know. I'm sure y'all would like to know. We, the public, would like to know. Back to Sydney and Isaiah, because it's their island at this point. Sydney tells Isaiah that the way that he's handled her throughout their time in the villa has not been okay.
And you're supposed to be my best friend in here.
Right, and I know that.
And you're the one that keeps hurting me. I'm at my wit's end, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sydney, I care for you a lot.
Me too. So stop hurting me.
Honestly, God forbid. A relationship like this is not my portion. I have to beg you to be nice to me. I've been there. Oh, guys, it's the ghetto. Trust me, it'll end in tears. It will end in tears. God. And, like, I don't even want to make it seem like relationships are perfect, because no relationship under the sun is perfect. Not a single one. But this is not my portion. She also says if anything else happens between the two of them, this is the end of the road. Now, I want you to keep that in mind, because he has now been made aware that it's one more strike and he's out. Okay? That's some foreshadowing. There was a challenge, and I skipped through it, and I might not even show you guys the clips, because I'll be damned if these phallic objects are gonna get my video taken down. Okay? So, moving on. Isaiah commissions Jesse and Timmy to help him plan this elaborate proposal to make Sydney his girlfriend.
When are you planning on popping the question?
So, like, after supper a little bit.
I'm sous chef, you know, I could mix some shit up, sauce it up a little bit.
Steak, something cake, but this feels more than just a date. They've been through so much, so many things could have made them break off, but they are here, and I just hope Sydney receives everything Isaiah's putting out.
By a show of hands, be honest. By a show of hands, how many of y'all have been suckered into a relationship under the guise of, we've been through so much? How many? I see you. You're looking right at me. Don't lie. Throw a hand emoji up in that comment, because, we hear it so much. We've been through so much. Like, they've just seen me at my worst. And like, it's not that those are bad things, but like, what else? You've been through so much, but like, does the good outweigh the bad at least? Have you learned from that so much that you've been through? Have you shown her that even through all the adversity, you have stepped up and been a better person? I feel like he jumped all of that and was like, oh, this is my last ditch effort. Let me make things official so that, you know, there's really more of a commitment and it's going to be harder for her to let me go. Again, I don't know exactly if Isaiah is thinking that intricately about the situation, but it's something that people do. People are like, back is against the wall. How do I make this grand gesture to make it seem like I'm really serious? Like, this is it. And really, in return, it just makes it harder for the person to leave. Let's be honest. Long story short, the girls, the guys, they help plan the whole situation, whatever. And he asked her to be his girlfriend.
You know, you didn't have to do this. Are you usually like this?
For a woman that I would love to spoil, absolutely, I would do things like this.
Really?
Yeah. I do love you. And I hope that you'll be my girlfriend.
Oh my God!
I really do, Sydney.
I want to say it back, but I'm not going to yet.
That's fine, but I do. And I really do want you to myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you've been watching my videos, you know what this means. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. As always, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yeah, that's it.